Good evening, Fernwood. My name's Neil, and I think you might know what I'm doing. I am watching the entire series of Mary Hartman, the cult classic soap opera from the 1970s. Let's catch you up. We're heading into January 27th, 1976's episode. We're in the midst of a hostage crisis. It has been episodes and episodes of hostage crisis of Mary being stuck in an abandoned storefront, Chinese laundry, with Davy Jessup, the mass murderer. All the families are around. The most pertinent things, though, from last episode, there is a SWAT team coming from the next town, but also Sergeant Foley has volunteered to sneak around and try to rescue Mary. I'm just going to jump right into this because anything more than that's just too confusing.
Hi, guess what? We have a new development, developing. Actually, I don't know what it is, but perhaps Cleet, perhaps you have a better line of sight from where you are.
Thanks, Jesus. This is Cleve Meisenheimer. I'm standing on a northern vantage point fairly close to the abandoned Chinese laundry. It appears as though the police are planning a new move. That move would involve one officer, Jesus.
I don't
Good,
understand
Cleve.
why they have two different
Can you tell us what that move would be?
news reporters
Yeah, thanks,
working
Jesus.
for the
It
same
would be
station
a tactical maneuver.
on the site.
Thanks, Cleve. I see. In other words, it would be a move involving tactics.
Exactly.
Check. The picture's much better since George put up that new aerial. Look, you can actually see faces.
We have just learned that one of Fernwood's finest is attempting to enter the rear of the abandoned Chinese laundry.
Death or bloodshed. They're just saying that. They don't mean a word of it. But if, well, they're going with a gun and Davy's got a gun.
Be a real old-fashioned shootout.
Grandpa? But what if they hurt my mother? Now, Heather, you know very well they're trying to cut down the violence on television.
What?
Nothing. What?
What was
It's
that?
so meta.
What was that?
There's nothing. I didn't hear anything.
Well, what's he say?
Oh, nothing.
Who's talking to the kid?
Who?
The kid. Isn't somebody talking to the kid or Mrs. Hartman?
Oh, nobody told me, sir.
Nobody's creating a diversion for Sergeant Foley coming through the back?
I was just told to stand at the ready, sir. What we have here is a failure to communicate, sir.
Hello? Is this the police?
It's him.
Davy? Davy?
I'm mad. If you don't send in the Reverend and that whole stack of Bibles, they're both gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Mary! Mary!
I want to tell you something. It's not Johnson. You're the one that blew it.
Not now.
But I think I can help.
Hey, this is serious. My wife's in there.
Listen, Tom, I think I know how to get the Reverend Standfast to go into that Chinese laundry and swear on a stack of Bibles and get Mary released from the mass murderer. Now, you just gotta trust me. Come to my place in 20 minutes. Trust me. What did she say, Tom? Meet me at my place in 20 minutes?
I hope you're not too uncomfortable that way, Mrs. Hartman.
Oh, no, Davy, this is fine. It's a nice room. It's very comfortable. Don't you think so, Sergeant?
I've had better. Mister.
Thank you.
Why did you miss him? I was here all the time.
I didn't say I missed him, Davy. He said he missed me.
Oh, right.
You know, getting tied up like this is it's not a bad thing. It's giving us a chance to be together.
You know, I really shouldn't be here at all. I mean, this isn't really right for me. I'm married, you know. I have a husband, I have a daughter. What?
You have the loveliest fingernails.
I do? Thank you. Yours are nice, too. What's left of them?
I bite them.
Oh, Davy. Oh, Davy. That's amazing, too.
What?
Oh.
What's he doing?
Well, one of Davy's hands is bitten to the quick. The other hasn't been touched.
Yeah, that's some job, kid.
Do you really feel we can communicate?
Absolutely. And if we can do it tied back to back in a Chinese laundry, look what we could do face to face over Chinese dinner. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May.
May? You know about Tom and May?
Why are you wearing those handcuffs?
Well, I went in to try to save Mary, you know. Then the cops took me when I came out. And they put these cuffs on me and the key broke off. And I tried everything. I tried an acetylene torch and those bolt cutters. They tried everything. I can't get them off.
Oh, you want me to take them off?
Are you going to do that?
With a hairpin.
Oh, with a hairpin.
Yeah.
Huh?
She began to confide in me about this relationship she was having with the Reverend Standfast.
Choir mistress?
Right. An illicit relationship.
You're kidding. That's terrible.
I know. She stayed in my apartment, and she wrote me these letters.
No kidding.
And I was thinking, if we took these letters to the Reverend Standfast and threatened to tell us what?
May, that's blackmail.
That's right.
Let's go.
Where's the Reverend Standfast? How come he isn't in here swearing on a stack of Bibles like you promised?
Well, we're having a little difficulty with the Reverend Davy.
You gonna make me have to kill these two people, or you gonna get him in here? That old Reverend better get here, and he better get here fast.
And now, Mrs. Olinsky, perhaps you will tell me what you meant by that rather ominous-sounding pronouncement. What could possibly jeopardize my ministry? Just what letters do you have there?
Look, Reverend, we're not trying to cause you any trouble. All I want you to do is change them up. Go back to the laundry with me and swear on those Bibles.
I don't see what possible connection there is between me and
There's
some
no
letters.
use denying it, Reverend Standfast. We have the letters right here to prove it.
If you think that I will be blackmailed by some poor, love-starved woman who's obviously fabricated, Lord...
Hello, Florence.
I came just as soon as I... Hello, Bunny.
Where's Loretta?
I tried to get her to go home. She wouldn't leave as long as Mary was in danger.
That was thoughtful.
Where's Tom?
He left
He left.
right after May left.
I don't know what you people thought you did by bringing her here, but it is not going to do you any good.
Bunny, I hope you understand about the letters.
Stop calling me Bunny, Flossie. Florence.
Bunny, I hope you understand about the letters. But sometimes a woman has to confide in another woman. And May was the only one in the choir who was worldly enough to understand her passion.
Florence, for heaven's sake. Ah!
Harold?
Christine.
Hello, Mrs. Standfast.
Good evening, Mrs. Olinsky.
Florence? Oh, is choir practice over, dear?
It's all over.
And you must be Mr. Hartman. I'm so sorry about your poor wife. Such a terrible thing.
Your husband is trying to decide whether or not to risk his own life in order to save my wife's life.
I am not.
Oh, the Reverend will do it. That's why he joined the Worldwide Life Church. because he's always had such a tremendous interest in the wives of his flock.
He's given us all the strength to do exactly what must be done.
Even me.
Well, I guess it's up to you, Reverend. Are you ready to say yes?
You understand, of course, my only concern was of depriving my flock of their shepherd, of deserting the poor and the needy. And one moment, I want to fortify myself by taking my own personal Bible along with me. Kiss the kitties for me, Christy.
You'll be fine, Harold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Good luck. Good night, Mrs. Standfast.
Good night. Oh, and Florence, the next time you and the Reverend have choir practice, remind him to turn in the motel key before you leave.
So, Sergeant Foley, Dennis Foley, we find out this episode, is now captured and tied together with Mary. They're hitting it off inappropriately on Dennis's part. Mary's still being a mature adult about it, I guess. There's some suspicion about Tom from George and Charlie about following May off to, but May's plan seemed to have been fruitful, and we've got the Reverend Standfast blackmailed into going to do the thing that he avoided doing last episode. I get not wanting to be in the line of fire. On the other hand, you know, you've got a person who you've abandoned. So there's a balance there. I like the little twist at the end. The wife knew already about the cheating from Reverend Standfast. And also, you know, hypocritical clergy are often fun to watch, you know, from a satirical standpoint. That was the January 27th episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Thanks for coming along, and we will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.